March Madness 2023 may have just ended, but it's never too early to talk to you about some updates to Auburn's upcoming basketball schedules, even out to 2024. Let's talk about that news here and who Auburn might be facing. War Eagle, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Kyle here at E2C Network, where we share the whole Auburn experience. As you're watching or listening today, be sure to drop a comment down below. It'll help enter you into the ongoing subscriber giveaway for a signed Auburn football prize package. Details are listed in the description link. And lastly, we do want to thank members of our booster club like John Stokes, who help produce videos like this. I get it, some of you may think this is a little bit redundant to talk about at this point, but I assure you that this is a humongous piece of news for Bruce Pearl and the Auburn Tigers, and an invitation to compete in the Maui Invitational for the 2024 season. So to be clear, this isn't for next season, but the season after that. The Maui Invitational is one of the premier early season tournaments, if you want to call it that, in all of college basketball, attracting several big names, and this is going to be the second time that your Auburn Tigers have been in this tournament. The Maui Invitational is held every single year in college basketball season at the Lahaina Civic Center, obviously in Hawaii. The one that Auburn will be participating in 2024 will be November 25th through the 27th. Now, let me go ahead and lay this out there for you, because I can already hear some of the Auburn fans thinking, well, isn't that the Iron Bowl week? Yes, but this actually lands very nicely for Auburn fans because it's a Monday through a Wednesday. So think about this for a second, Auburn fans. Monday through Wednesday, Auburn basketball. Thursday is going to be Thanksgiving, most likely. And we're going to assume that the Iron Bowl is going to stay on the same week that it always does. So that Saturday, you've got that coming up. Throw in some Black Friday shopping and then trying to recuperate from all that on Sunday. That's a fun-filled week for Auburn fans. Very quickly, let's cover some basics about how the Maui Invitational works. And here's an example for us to reference from a previous tournament. You can see there's always 8 teams, and after that first game, you will move into a winner or a loser's bracket, which ensures that all the teams will have 3 games, essentially a quarterfinals, a semifinals, and a finals, if you want to call it that, for some of the teams, when really there is just one champion, and all the seeding, if I remember correctly, is on a random basis. Let me tell you the competition that you're going to have an opportunity potentially face here. You've got teams like North Carolina, UConn, Michigan State, Memphis, Dayton, Colorado, Iowa State, and of course your Auburn Tigers are part of that field. A few traditional blue bloods, a few people like Auburn that consider themselves up and coming blue bloods. It's going to make for a great tournament in that early part of that season. If those names weren't enough to get you excited about the field, let me give you some facts. 72 of the last 83 national champions for men's basketball have participated in the Maui Invitational. In the 2024 field, half of the field is going to be part of the top 40 winningest programs all-time list. And then you couple that with North Carolina, who's won this 4 times. UConn has won it twice. Michigan State and Dayton have even won it. This is going to be a very challenging field for the Auburn Tigers. Before we do some way too early speculation for Auburn in this tournament, I do want to mention some last few facts. How many times each of these teams have participated in the Maui Invitational, counting the one that they will participate in 2024. For North Carolina, it will be their 9th time. Wow. For Memphis, it will be their 6th time. Michigan State, Dayton, and UConn, their 5th time. Iowa State, their 3rd time. And then Colorado and Auburn will both be going for the 2nd time. And finally, some speculation about what Auburn fans can potentially expect to see a year and a half from now in the Maui Invitational. We do think that the seeding is random, and I think it usually is, but surprisingly, you'll see that the power programs will be giving the more favorable matchups. So you're probably going to see North Carolina, Michigan State, and UConn be considered those top programs and get the more favorable matchups, which really just kind of leaves it as a question of Auburn and Memphis probably, as things stand right now with all these programs, of who is that top 4 best program between those two. And it could go either way, honestly. It wouldn't even surprise me if they're each other's matchup in the first round, which would be the toughest out of all those first round matchups. Regardless of this, I think Auburn's going to stand a really good chance to make it into the winner's bracket. And here's the thing. They've seen the majority of these teams, if not all of these teams. I think the only team that they haven't faced, at least in the Bruce Pearl era, is Michigan State, which is one that I would be rooting for because I'm a huge fan of Tom Izzo and the Spartans. So those are my thoughts on the news of the Maui Invitational Invitational, inviting Bruce Pearl and the Auburn Tigers in 2024 to be a part of their tournament. Would love to hear your thoughts. Anything that we didn't hit, down in the comments section below. On your way out, be sure to check out those links in the description for ways that you can help support us here at E2C Network, where we share the whole Auburn experience. War Eagle.